y'all doing today? I'd like to talk about something that's on my mind. I really have gotten involved in political things this year. I've started looking into politics, and I've been a Christian my whole life. I grew up Baptist. My parents were Baptist. As I got older, I broke away from the church due to certain things. I felt very isolated. I was bullied in high school. A lot of things played a factor into leading me to what led me to do what I did. It all eventually led me to trying drugs at a very early age. I had plans to be a doctor and I had my mind set on things, but it didn't work out. I wound up going through a 10-year addiction, and from your hardest core things to the worst you can think of, I've been there. I've got the scars, I've got the tattoos, I've got the pain. But I want to talk about something that's covered it and made it a scar now. There's no open wound anymore. It's a scar. It's all scars now. And my slate is wiped clean. And if you could feel the happiness I've tasted every forbidden fruit there is to taste in this world. I've tasted them all. I've put things in my body that hadn't been tested on animals yet, just to get a high. And I'm telling you right now, God has restored my mind. He has renewed me. I went from a man who couldn't talk to a guy who's doing freestyle rapping videos for Jesus. And I only do that, not because I listen to rap, but because our youth are being sucked up and their minds are being corrupted by evil rap music pushed by people like Kanye West, who's straight up Luciferians, Beyonce, all these people. They are straight up Luciferians. They are openly doing it. Our nation is being run by Luciferians. It's all over. If you don't believe me, go look on the new FBI domestic terrorist watch list. Pro-lifers, Orthodox Christians. If you believe you're in the army of God, well, I got news for you. This one right here is in the army of God. I wouldn't be alive if I didn't have warrior mentality. I know what's up against us. I know what we have up against us. I've looked at it. I've looked at the weapons of mass destruction. You think we just walked on the moon 50-so years ago and that's all that happened? These people give us technology. They give us cell phones. They give us all this technology, and they show us a little bit of what they could do 50 years ago. But you have no idea what these people are capable of today. Do you really know where your tax money's going? I can tell you about 3% of it's going to abortions, killing babies. I'm not for that. I was sick for a month. Couldn't work. Couldn't get doctors to diagnose me. Nobody would touch me, because when they pulled up their computer screen and they saw that I had a past, they saw me as someone who did that to themselves, and I didn't deserve to live. I didn't deserve it, even though I had 3 beautiful children, 2 little girls, Lexi and Layla, and a son named Braden, and a beautiful wife, Danielle, Thera. And they don't see that, though. This is what we're dealing with, people. Judgment people that are making calls on lives. We've got machines, computers making the decisions on who should live and who should die. We have got to step up as Christians and start making plays. I mean, we've got to step up and start strategizing. These people have been strategizing for a long time. A lot of people, like myself, have read Revelations over and over and over. And Revelations, it talks a lot about the prophecy, fulfilling the prophecy, fulfilling the prophecy. I've always assumed I was going to see Jesus come out of a cloud, on a white horse and blow the trumpet. The evil would hit their knees, and it was just going to be this massive. The world would see, that's what I pictured, that Jesus would fulfill the prophecy. The Luciferians have taken it into their hands to try and start fulfilling these prophecies of Revelations. They believe it's up to them to fulfill the prophecy of Revelations. Now, I've never thought of it like this, but we can't rule that out. We can't say that God is not going to tell Satan that he can rule the world or fulfill the Revelations. I mean, we know that in Job, Satan went to God and said, God, you have no righteous left in this world. And he said, have you forgot about my righteous Job? You know, he would never go against me. He's righteous. He believes in me. And then Satan said to God, oh yeah? Well, I bet if you'd stop protecting him, he would curse your name. So God said, okay, I'll take my hand of protection off of Job. You go give him everything you got, devil, and see what you can do to him. Or the devil took his family. He killed his family. He did everything he could. He gave him sicknesses, boils all over his body. The public cursed him. They called him crazy, insane. They told him. In the end, he was like, God, you know, just take me. Why am I still here? But he still praised God. He still believed. He never cursed God through all of that. That's a righteous man. That's what we need. He was a soldier to the end. He never stopped believing. Now, I'll tell you right now, I've had doubts before. I'm human. And I'm one of these people that I say that I will tell you anything. I will expose my sin because I feel like if I expose my sin, I may just help another person. There wasn't a whole lot of people when I was in my 10-year addiction that come up and said, hey, you know, I used to smoke crack. And they'd come up and say, hey, I used to smoke weed, but I didn't inhale. That was not helpful to me. I needed somebody to come with the truth. The straight up truth. Look, I've been there, brother. I used to do this. And guess what? You're going to make it through it because God can pull you through anything. Whether it's weed, crack, heroin, whether you're on the verge of questioning whether you should get an abortion or not, anything you're going through, God can pull you through it. It don't matter what it is. You could be going through a bad divorce, a bad breakup. You could be listening to me right now. Drop the phone. You could be listening right now. And I'm dead serious. I'm pulling up to the doctor's office right now because my lungs are filling up with fluid. I've been really sick. But I truly believe that God told me to make this video for somebody. Because I usually make rap videos. And I was compelled. My heart led me to make this video for somebody out there that's hurting, that's in pain. And you're on the verge. You may be on the verge of suicide. And you may never had nobody look you in your eyes and say, hey brother, I've thought about putting that gun in my head and pulling that trigger. I've put that gun in my head and pulled that trigger. You may have never heard nobody say that to you. I'm saying it to you right now. It's real. If you knew how many people in this American country have thought about suicide and would not admit it, you would be shocked. There's a bunch of us that has thought about suicide. It crosses everybody's mind. This world is horrible. It's evil. You can't help but think about it because heaven is so glorifying. But brother, just hang on. You get that warrior mentality. You become a soldier and realize you're in a fight you cannot see. You're in an invisible battlefield. You are a warrior though. We're warriors in this battlefield. And that's how I carry on. That's how I push through. There ain't nothing that the devil can put on me that I ain't going to keep fighting through. I fight seizures. I'm epileptic. They tried to take my driver's license, but they ain't going to take my rights. But I fight seizures. And you know what? I won because God helped me through it. I hadn't had a seizure in almost 2 years now. Praise the Lord. I mean, it's gone. We won. Me and God, we won together. And He helped me through that. Because I fought seizures. I fought something the doctors didn't even know what causes. So tell me how we did that. We did that with God. And that's the answer. That's the answer to the problems of this nation. We've become Mystery Babylon. Our government has built machines to make answers and answer questions and make decisions on lives. We're lying about wars that we're in. You cannot have a foundation of a war based off of a lie, or we will lose. We will continue to die. The 28 pages of 9/11 that have not been published to the public. We don't know what it was. We don't know if it was an inside job, but I'm telling you right now, if it was, you can mark my word that that's why this war has lasted so long, and that's why we've lost so many soldiers. That's why that it's a catastrophe, and ISIS is everywhere, and we don't know who they are, if they're CIA or if they're real terrorists. We don't know nothing. We don't know who to trust, because everything is based off of a lie. And when you base things off of a lie, guess what? They're going to continue to die until the truth is exposed. And that's what we're doing. We're going to bring the truth to the youth, and those youth are going to change this world and this country. I'm Brock. I'll be praying for you. Love y'all.